Our next presenter, she's done it before. You're in capable hands. But still, even though, you know, we've had presenters who are quite experienced and have done this before, we still like to make them feel welcome on the stage. So let's have a rousing applause, please, for Alison Pelly!
Hey everybody, now this is my mate Phil. You might have seen Phil around before, and me and Phil were lucky to go to the Bettakultcha Town Hall and got talking about which presentations we liked, which ones we didn't like so much, because I always go for the funny ones, you see. And Phil set me a challenge. He said, next time you're up there, I want you to be serious. So I'm going to try and be serious today, which doesn't come naturally, to be honest. My natural reaction to most things is to rip the piss out of it, however inappropriate that is. But I thought, right, what am I going to do to be serious? And my first thought was, I know, cars. Because I don't have a car, I don't like cars, they ruin the environment, they ruin communities. And Clarkson, I mean, you don't need to say anything else. So I said, what about cars, Phil? And Phil said, too easy, think again, you've got to try a bit harder. So I had another think, and I thought, I know, meat. Because I'm a vegetarian, so I'm feeling really smug at the moment, as you can imagine. I said, I want to talk about meat, Phil. And Phil said, you're going to sound really worthy, don't do that. So I thought, well, Phil, what do you feel serious about? You give me some ideas. And Phil gave me a bit of a weird answer. He said, it really annoys me when people stop at the top of escalators. And he did have a particular demographic in mind. He might deny it now, but he did say. And actually that got me thinking, that gave me a little bit of an image in my mind. So I thought, I'll see if I can do a slide that's like an artistic impression of that. Which kind of works. I know my PowerPoint isn't that great. But I don't have a problem with this demographic. I've got a problem with a different demographic, you see. I struggle with young people. Now, if you've been to Bettakultcha before, it's kind of traditional to revere young people and cherish them and worship their little spirits. But I look at those people on the right and I just think, get out of the way. You're walking and chatting with no care in the world and getting in the way of productive members of society. So that's my problem. And I realised this was just turning into a bit of a grumpy top 10, so I just thought, well, that's probably as good an idea as any, so I'll stick with that. So if we could have a bit of music, Nathan, maybe to this, just to get us in the mood. Oh, is it not working? Oh dear. Right, well, while I'm doing this, I want you to sing the Top of the Pops music, okay? Just imagine that's going on. But the downside of this, as soon as I started Googling Top of the Pops, I got these kind of images, and I thought I should have given Ira a trigger warning, really, but I thought, well, it's a grumpy top 10, so if I've got to put up with it, so have you. Sorry. But anyway, number 10 in my grumpy top 10 is, of course, the Post Office, an organisation entirely dedicated to the eradication of customer service, aimed with an ageing population to depress pensioners so much they don't want to go on anymore. Number 9, shit my laptop says. This weekend alone, would you like to sync your contacts? Would you like to make ASCII your default toolbar? And one yesterday, would you like iMesh to create a Google extension? Well, I don't know. Would you like to speak fucking English? Number 8, celebrity juice. And that's slightly controversial, but I despise it. Keith Lemon should be drummed out of Yorkshire. And he is the person for whom the TV remote control was invented. Number 7, tattoos. One there, yeah. I really like skin, it looks nice, it feels nice. Why would you write on it? In a pen, in a biro, like a leaky biro you got from Poundland? I don't get it, it's horrible. Please don't do it. Number 6, plumbers. I'm not young anymore and I've never met a good plumber, but I did think, perhaps in the interests of fairness, if there are any plumbers in tonight, really good decent plumbers, I'll buy you a drink at the bar after, if you promise not to spill it everywhere. Number 5 has been mentioned already this evening, the kind of blister packs that you can't get into, that you need kind of a screwdriver and a pair of pliers to get into, and also who invented plastic on wine boxes to stop me getting the solution to the previous problems. Number 4, it's a bit not this one, stupid signs. There were so many to choose from, I just didn't know how to narrow it down. So there's a few of my favourites. Number 3, I don't even know what that bottom right on one is, to be honest, but anyway, it's obviously warning about something. Number 3, this is from my son, who goes on PlayStation and does these games where he has kind of fighting characters, and these are kind of female characters he sees. Gentlemen, there is no engineering alive that will give that amount of support. It's not happening. Number 2, again an obvious one, pigeons. And the people who feed pigeons, and for those of you cultured, you know, if you imagine Dante's Inferno and the lower levels of hell, pigeons are there shitting on the people at the bottom, aren't they? But it crossed my mind as I was going through this. This has actually, for me, been quite an enlightening experience, and maybe it's a new feature of Bettakultcha, But in some random side challenges, you get people come up here just whinging for a little while and feeling better about it. But I've saved my most hated to last, if you like, my favourite television programme, BBC Question Time, which reminds me every week that democracy means choosing one of these people. Ladies and gentlemen, is a real first world problem. So thanks for your indulgence, it's been cathartic. Cheers.